Could you spend $1 trillion, child? I ain't gonna lie. We ain't talking about a million. We ain't talking about a billion. We talking about a trillion. Hold on for me. Let's see what they talking about.
You just got $1 trillion.
Could you imagine that seeing that when you open your account?
Not a billion.
Insane.
A trillion.
Like, there's no way you fumble that. I ain't gonna lie.
But there's a catch.
What's the first thing you buy? You get $1 trillion deposit right now. I ain't gonna lie.
You need to spend all of it in the next 24 hours, or you lose everything.
What?
This should be easy.
Oh, that's
First,
easy
you
as
need a
hell.
new car. Go to your local exotic
That's
dealership.
easy as hell. I'm buying like 50 dealerships from me. I'm buying beachfront houses from me. You already know the jewelers, like, they be taxing, like, everybody. I'm getting at least, like, 100 chains, like, that'd be easy to blow for sure, for sure.
Buy yourself a
listen, $1 trillion, you can make the jewelry stores go out of business. Like, jewelry stores be closed for like 2 weeks with the amount of shipping, the amount of equipment they gotta get back in, like, nah, for sure, for sure.
And a Ferrari, and a McLaren. You know what? Just buy up the entire dealership.
Yeah, buy the entire dealership.
You have the $12 million garage of your dreams.
Fire.
But there's one small problem. In order to spend $1 trillion in 24 hours, you would need to buy out that entire dealership every single second. You need to think bigger. Let's hire 100 people to track down the 100 most expensive yachts and buy them for us. And let's
just buy like mad properties, like I literally just buy everything that's for each. I ain't gonna lie.
That'll be around a $40 billion check, but let's also buy the biggest cruise.
And I'm going to the best eateries too. You already know what I'm saying. My favorite meal for me: chicken and banana, rice and beans, plantains with French fries. Hold on. I'm buying every restaurant you could think of for me, and I open me up my own restaurant. Like, I'm putting on every block too. Hold on, and I'm starting a Dada chocolate bar or something. I ain't gonna lie, hold on.
Ship of all time
it
for
$2
bill and fill it up to maximum capacity, paying for
hold
everyone's tickets and tossing in a Rolex too. Let's make use of this ship's basketball court by buying up every single NBA team and having them battle it out. Then let's get Snoop Dogg, Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, and Beyonce to perform for us.
I ain't gonna lie, owning every NBA team would be fire, but I definitely would not buy every NBA team. Cause if you know what I'm saying, if your team is not the Knicks, I ain't gonna lie, your team is ass. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. So this shitty, my nigga. Them niggas won, like, all the championships they got was like in the 60s and 70s. You had niggas clocking out from Walmart, my nigga, to put on the NBA jersey, bro. Let's be honest, bro. Then when it comes to Lakers and shit, they cool, but they still living off glory, like, as far as like what they did back then and shit like that. When it comes to the Knicks, my nigga, they been, dominating the NBA since the NBA been out, and they still doing it to this day, my nigga. I ain't gonna hold you. So that's the only team I would buy. I wouldn't waste my money on these other teams. I ain't gonna
Single
lie.
NBA team and having them battle it out. Then let's get Snoop Dogg, Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, and Beyonce to perform for us before sending them off to the International Space Station on a SpaceX rocket that costs $55 million per passenger. Now that you're hanging with rich people, you need a status symbol. You could buy the world's most expensive art piece for $500 million, but why would you do that?
Yo, buying art, I don't give a fuck what nobody says makes zero sense to me. I don't give a fuck. How the fuck is a picture worth fucking $1 billion? $500 million. That makes no sense.
You could just buy the entire Metropolitan Museum of Art for $100.
I'm saying, nigga, we got phones to take pictures now. We got the actual camera. The fuck am I spending fucking $500 million on a picture for, nigga?
Bill, and then we could go over to
I don't give a fuck who touched it. I don't give a fuck.
Transaction
Nigga, none of that. I ain't gonna lie.
There's no way we're already out of money. Yeah, we still have $800 billion.
Oh my
The Metropolitan
God.
Museum is an educational institution whose assets are held for the
Yo,
public
what would
benefit
y'all
and are
buy to
owned
not
by-
lose the $1 trillion?
You know what?
Remember, he said you gotta
Forget
spend it in
about the
24
math.
hours.
The entirety of New York City
yeah, I'm
is
buying
worth
that.
around $1.3 trillion. There are currently 33,210 vacant units available.
The best state on the map, nigga. It only makes sense for me. Come on now.
So let's hire 33,000 people to snatch those up for us. And of course, throw in a 100K
I said
commission.
buy every unit,
But
nigga.
here's something you need to think about. The most expensive real estate purchase in US history was this $240 million concrete brick. That might sound like a lot of money, but you spending $240 million is like an—
This nigga bought a house for $238 billion, that's it? Oh no, 238 million. Bro, what the fuck? Now I know some of y'all niggas probably like, this a dumbass nigga, but when you throw the billion in front of his name, he ain't done with nothing. You don't come billionaire by being dumb, my nigga. This shit is fire, cause this probably only gonna continue to go up. What the fuck? I want to see this crib now, child. I ain't gonna
brick.
lie. Nah,
That might sound like a lot of money, but you spending $240 million is like an average person spending $60. I think instead of buying houses, you should build a mega project. The sky is truly your limit.
But you're not gonna be able to build it in one day though. What the fuck? This is fire. I never seen this.
project wherever you want. If there's people in the way, buy them out with your pocket change. Or maybe try this.
Yo, I definitely buy me some exotic animals too. Like, one thing I always wanted to have, and I'm gonna get one day, I always wanted to own at least, like, let me say, at least one gorilla in my life, bro. That has to be something I check off my list for sure, Like, that would be dope. Could you imagine just a gorilla chilling behind me right now as I'm fucking reacting to the video with y'all? That would be insane, my nigga.
Saudi Arabia method and relocate them into a graveyard.
Talking about the size of King Cole.
Actually, I think the Middle East is exactly where we need to go. So let's buy one Gulfstream G650 for each day of the year and fly across the world.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Welcome to the Arabian Peninsula, where people will build literally anything. The world's biggest picture frame, the world's largest clock, the massivest cube, the tallest structure ever, man-made sinking islands shaped after the world map from memory. These are cool. Let's build an even bigger artificial island for 20 billion. Of course, we can't forget about labor cost, so for that, let's budget in $10.
Wait, you could deadass build your own island? This video dead teaching me, so what the fuck? I did not know you could do some shit like that. Like, damn, hold on.
I just catch you having fun.
Damn.
Then let's buy every single one of those mega projects I just showed you for a total donation of $101,292,000,000 and $10 to our Middle Eastern boys. But while you're here, take a look at the Burj Khalifa, the current tallest building in the world. If you were to stack $1 bills...
If you got a shorty was in this video, like, I'm saying, definitely, I feel like, I'm saying, she'll definitely get this shit spent in like 2 hours. I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? Get her all the burgers and all that shit, whatever. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, yeah, this shit would be no problem at all.
To the very top,
24 hours,
the
this shit
would
be
be worth $7.58 million. You still need to
I'll
spend
pass this
87,000 times that. A stack so high, it would go past the International Space Station. If you ever want to spend this money, you need to stop thinking in real estate and start thinking in 51st state. Do you see where I'm going with this? Buy a country. In 2010, the country of Liechtenstein put itself on Airbnb at 70 grand a night. This is literally nothing. You can't be looking at countries hoeing themselves out for pennies. You need the ultimate prize.
I could own a country?
Cooler. Somewhere strategic.
Oh God, this nigga.
Let's buy Greenland.
He did ass, bro.
Based on the market price of its mineral reserves, the world's biggest island has a price tag of around 200 billion. We can afford that. But there's one small thing in our way. During Trump's first term, when he proposed the conquest of Greenland, the country dismissed the idea as completely ridiculous and firmly stated that Greenland is not for sale. Huh.
For the right amount of B.
Let's buy an F-35 for $80 million. Fuck it. 2 F-35s. 3, 10, 100, 2 aircraft carriers, 3 destroyer ships, 1 ballistic missile submarine, 57,000 Blackwater soldiers, 1 for every citizen of Greenland. Now we have a $50 billion makeshift military, and it looks like Greenland's for sale after all. But by this point in your trillionaire spending spree, people are starting to take notice. Your exploits might not have hit TikTok yet, but rumblings are beginning behind closed governmental doors.
$1 trillion,
luckily for you, there's not much politicians can say.
But has there ever been anybody in the history of the world that has made $1 trillion? Nah, I gotta look that shit up now.
Once you own them. Buy a politician. We got Trump here for $1.5 billion. Kamala is almost $2 billion, but you do get a free Joe Biden. Let's buy up both of those and every sitting member of the Senate and House for a grand total of $7.2 billion for the entirety of American politics. This is a great deal, but there's a catch. Money influences politics, but it doesn't always decide it. I mean, look at the presidential race. Democrats outspent Republicans and still lost because $2 billion.
Nah, it says there's no trillionaires, but 5 people are predicted to become trillionaires. You got Elon, Jeff Bezos, Larry Ellis, Mark Zucker, and Bernard Arnault. Yeah, damn. Within the next 10 years, damn. They said they predicted to have $1 trillion within the next 10 years, my nigga. All the names I said is not even that old. They're not even old, bro. What the fuck? Damn.
Can't buy aura. More recently, Elon dropped millions of dollars campaigning for an election in Wisconsin, only to find out that shit no longer works when everyone hates you. Even BlackRock doesn't always get what they want. $1 trillion gives you access to almost everything. But culture and public perception are things that are not for sale. Just kidding. Let's buy every single
Bro, these niggas could literally lose $50 million and not even notice the shit. Shit is insane. To lose $100 million, like, you know when like NBA players be getting fined and shit like that, and niggas be like, that's pennies. Like, these niggas be getting fined like $30,000 sometimes for cursing the referee out and shit. But these niggas got like fucking $200 million contracts. Like, nigga, fucking $30,000 to a billionaire is dead ass like probably like 4 pennies. I ain't gonna lie.
Media companies, the Washington
crazy.
Post, Time Magazine, the New York Times, Comcast, Fox. Global ad spend for an entire year is around $1 trillion. That averages to $3 billion a day. So let's run 1 week straight of propaganda and we should be good. But if you're still getting heat, there's one final method you can use. A donation a day keeps the guillotine away. It's time for philanthropy. There are a lot of causes to choose from, but you should start off with the people most in need.
Yo, that US video they just did with
America
the water,
is currently $36 trillion broker than a homeless person. That number is increasing by $2 trillion a year.
Yeah,
luckily we now have you. $220 billion honestly isn't gonna do much, but it's definitely gonna
water,
help.
And I like, you know what I'm saying, it was crazy, like the amount of people that don't have access to clean water. Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Assuming, of course, that the US government efficiently manages a $250 billion cash injection. You might be wondering how you're gonna send the money. And the answer is pay.gov, an official website where you can make donations to the US government to reduce the public debt. So let's just enter in your $220 billion right here and... well...
What? Hold on. It's a maximum amount allowed to do...
Turns out the maximum amount the Treasury accepts is only $1 million. You just bought the government a bag of screws from Lockheed Martin. Maybe your money will put a bigger dent into medical debt. See, unlike the government, broke people dying of cancer aren't allowed to print more money to pay off their crippling obligations. Instead, their unpaid debts get sold off to collections for pennies on the dollar. But because of this discount, charities like Undo Medical Debt can erase $100 worth of debt for every $1 donation they receive. And with that ratio, you could wipe out all the medical debt in the US for just $2.2 billion.
Damn.
But what about world hunger? The UN estimated it would take $40 billion each year to end world hunger by 2030. We could afford that. Next, how about we help out malnourished and starving college students?
I don't understand all the resources we have that is still
in the US totals 1.777 trillion, with the government loaning out 87.2 billion a year. But before we try to attack this, there's a slight problem. Once
you do got food for me and access to water, though, definitely them saying take a second just to, you know what I'm saying, be thankful and shit like that, because that shit is not promised to everybody at all. And neither is life either, so definitely be thankful for that, for sure.
Universities catch wind that trillionaire Jesus is bailing out their victims, they'll probably just jack up their prices. On top of that, paying off loans might be seen as unfair to older generations who had to pay their way through college and pick themselves up by their bootstraps. Turns out philanthropy isn't as easy as it seems.
It's not easy. Building Amazon was not easy. Philanthropy is very similar. It's really hard.
I agree with Jeff here. Let's just buy another $500 million yacht. That's enough philanthropy for today. You still have $60 billion left, and I think I know how to spend it. It might be semi-cheating.
Alright, this shit might be harder than it look, for real, to spend that much money in one day. Like, I feel like even if you have the worst fucking money habits, there's no way you can spend this shit in 24 hours, bro. It's just impossible. It's literally impossible, my nigga.
Me out.
I'm talking about, nigga, you could be driving. I'm talking about you drive for 5 hours, nigga, and you fill the car with money and you throw it all out. I'm talking about the car and stuff for $100. Like, each bill is worth $100. You'll probably still end up having fucking $1 billion left. I'm talking about a fucking full-ass van of $100 with this much money and you throw it out on a 10-hour drive. Yo, did I still have $1 billion, bro? That's how much money this shit is. That shit is crazy.
37% of Americans can't afford an unexpected purchase over $400. Being a trillionaire, your passive income earns you $400 every 0.126 seconds. The median net worth under 35 is $39,000. As a trillionaire, you could exchange your toilet paper with rolls of $39,000 bills for your entire lifetime and it wouldn't put a dent in your finances. $1 trillion gives you horizons incomprehensible to the normal paycheck-to-paycheck living human. Even after your spending spree, you still have so much money left that it gives you too many options. You could launch space programs, clean up the ocean, fund institutions. 24 hours just isn't enough time for this much fun. So let's buy more time. Make yourself a trust and safely store your money in it. Now, all of those humanity-shifting endeavors, you can sleep on them, on the world's most expensive bed.
I know that bet ain't just say $6 million, my nigga. I'm about to cut this shit off. I know it ain't just say that shit.
On the world's most...
Alright, I'm calling this shit. Alright, say it. Alright.
That shit is crazy.
Nigga, that bet better make itself. Nigga, that bet better itself print money. Like, nah, hell nah. Yeah, nah, we off